Hello everyone, this is Riku Keyblade Master, and yeah, you know what? On the Brittany Griner case, she is being treated unfairly because, if they would have, they should start looking into medical history because what if Brittany Griner is one of those individuals that has severe seizures? I should know because I'm one of those individuals that a seizure can trigger at any given moment, at any given time. I used to use it, but then the seizure sort of subsided a little bit. So then I quit using it, and here's the thing. They really should have looked at her medical records. Because like I said, if she has really bad seizures, then, they're just basically opening her up to death by wrongfully detaining her. And that is not cool. I could say something way worse, but I always gotta play the nice girl. Son of a biche. I swear to God. Anyway, in other words, even with my own family, I'm sick and tired of playing the nice girl. I'm tired of it. People are gonna get my thorns whether they like it or not. And that goes for the people that have detained her as well. And she did plead guilty to having those things in her possession. They did not give her a chance to explain why, though. And unfortunately, the handwritten letter, let me put it to you this way. I feel like Biden has no intention on setting things straight and helping her, even though he said that we will do everything in our power to bring her home. And BG's wife is pissed. She's got every right to be. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. And those who, don't look at things, like with me, for example, when I was little, I had a similar case. When I was little, of course, I had to miss a lot of school because of having to go to Iowa City and malfunctions with my shunt and eye doctor's appointments. You guys get the point. They tried to get my mom for truancy, when clearly my principal at the time, which was after I went to Whittier for my first year of kindergarten, and they held me back, which I understand, but at the same time, it wasn't right for me. It ruined my social skills slightly by holding me back. I'm a fast learner. I can pick up so many things. Like, I had to learn how to walk all over again. I had to learn how to talk all over again. But it doesn't mean that you should hold someone back. I would have graduated at 17 years old. Anyway, when Mr. Jorgensen found this out at, I don't know if technically it was an IEP meeting or just a regular conference in general. If it was an IEP meeting, though, I would have had to be there. And I was very little at the time. I should have been allowed to go there to defend myself. But my parents, as in my mom and my grandma, chose not to. They're like, oh, I'm pretty sure your principal is gonna give them one hell of a fucking ear hole. Or earful. God damn it. You get the idea. And, you know, and the thing is, too, like, even when I have to travel, I have to bring my seizure medication with me and my anxiety meds, plus my PTSD meds with me, and, you know, so I don't, you know, get hurt or pass away due to not being on my med regimen for a while. I know I'm not really a big fan of getting medical regimens, but you know what? Unfortunately, I'm stuck with that ball and chain tying me down. But anyway, back to Mr. Jorgensen. When he did some database digging and found my medical records. Okay, rewind a little bit back to when I went to Whittier before Bluff opened. See, I had this one teacher named Mrs. Turner who clearly was a biatch. Worse than a biatch. The word I'm searching for, there are so many words I can't even pick one. So I'm just going to stick with biatch. She hated me for no apparent reason. Because I was too smart for her. It's always the geniuses that get the backlash. And she just, oh my God, she would get me into trouble multiple times. She would punish me for something that somebody else did. You know? And one of my friends got fed up with it. And in kindergarten, you know how sometimes, you know, you have those tables. And of course, you know, it doesn't matter if it's a table or a desk. Either way, one of my friends was like, "Psst, Vanessa, put your head down real quick." And I'm like, why? He goes, just do it. And I could tell he was, I could tell he was not having it. So I put my head down and he slingshotted an object at her. And it actually hit her and she turned around and she's like, who threw that? And the kid behind me is like, it was sort of a I'm Spartacus moment. You know, a lot of the kids stood up for me, except I had one kid that didn't like me, and his name was Billy Bankston. But we later became friends after he realized that he was wrong to misjudge me just by my appearance and by my disabilities alone. He even hung out with my brothers. And yeah, that's the same kid I saved when we were on our nature barn field trip. This was back when he had like really short hair, almost like a military cut. I don't know if his hair is like this now, but the last time I seen him, his hair was like way past his butt. Like, holy cow, man. And he wasn't ashamed to wear ponytails neither, and neither was my brother Lorenzo. He had long hair too, and he and I donated to Locks of Love. My mom still has the newspaper article the reason why I donated was because, one, I'm a nice person, and two, let me put it to you this way. The doctors, every time I had to get a shunt surgery, they would have to cut one side of my hair, which made my hair look extremely tacky. And it's hard to cut, one side when the other side is cut. It's hard to get it even. Which is why I can see where people get the term of getting your hair layered. I get that. But anyway, yeah, I didn't get on that medication until I was 15, or till 2015. And then when I had that really bad seizure that I thought was going to, but then that's when Iowa City put me on a seizure medication. And I know there are many different seizure medications out there, but I'm on something known as Keppra. I don't know what its actual name is, but it goes by Keppra. It's easier to pronounce. The first time I was on it, they tried a half pill, and I was a fucking zombie. I'm not gonna lie. And I was still having seizures. Then they tried the full dose once a day, and that didn't work either. So they had me do 750 twice a day. And, I just don't know how to. I can see where Brittany's coming from, because she might be like me. She might be prone to seizures. Sure, I had them a lot when I was a baby, and then I outgrew them, and then 2015 hit, and then bam, just like that. Now I'm stuck on seizure medication the rest of my life. And yeah, it sucks. But I learned that if I do accidentally miss a dose, my mom's like, oh, the medicine is still in your system for at least a couple days, babe. So if you forget to take your meds, you're good, you're cool. And she was referring to my Keppra. And luckily, you know how it says don't mix medications with alcohol? Let me put it to you this way. My medications are not going to be the bully in the sandbox. In other words, my meds can mix very well with it, but I've never really resorted to using alcohol to take my meds. Fuck no. Not like my dad does. And that's why he's so fidgety and distorted all the time. In fact, when he went for a blood test, they said that his alcohol levels were extremely high. So our doctor recommended that he only drinks 2 a day rather than wait or do what he's been doing. As a result of alcohol mixing with medication. Like, alright, he is a mental case, but... And they've even tried locking him up in an asylum, and that didn't help at all. And it's just crazy. Kind of freaks me out, because when he starts yelling and talking, every time I go into the room to check and see if he's all right, it's like nothing fazed him, and he couldn't hear me. And Yeah, I know that's also associated with night terrors too, but my dad's also got emphysema. Let's just say he's sort of. He might be in danger of death due to the drinking, the smoking, and the emphysema, due to the liver damage as well. He doesn't have problems with his heart, but he does have damages on his liver. But you guys get the point. Anyway, so what if Brittany is the same way? What if she is prone to seizures? So I feel like, yeah, she is being wrongfully detained, and she should not have had to appear in court. They should have done something about it a long time ago. But as usual, you cannot trust the current administrations, whether Democratic or Republican, because they say they're going to do something and they don't do it. But unlike the rest of them, I don't say one thing and do another. When I mean what I say, and I say what I mean. Regardless, this has been Riku Keyblade Master. Comment, rate, subscribe to become a Keyblade builder, and stay awesome as usual. And yeah, hopefully this heat wave will be almost over.